Well, hello, my makers. Today on Meka Makes, I'm going to show you how to make a decorative mirror. And we're going to be using all items from the dollar store, such as 6 to 8 packages of the wedding spoons. We'll be using 3 of the round mirrors, and you'll also need 2 of the wire reforms. Now, this one has already been cut up, but you'll get them whole from the dollar store, and then you'll cut them up like this. So, without further ado, grab your glue guns. We're headed to the studio. Okay, so first I wanted my infinity to start somewhere. So I made this be the start, and it goes around and through here, and it dips down. I'm gonna give it the illusion that it dips down and then comes out here. Now it's super important to make sure that those are actually like this. So first, I'm going to put a drop of glue right here. Now the purpose of the drop of glue, we want that to dry, because if you take a look here, you'll see that there's a little knot right there, and that gives the next spoon somewhere to rest. Okay, so I'm going to continue gluing these down. So I'm still working on it. Now I had to place this here just temporarily so that I could see exactly where this one is going to land. Now make sure when you're starting off with your very first one, you want to place about 2 layers of hot glue right in there. So place a layer in there, blow it a little bit, and then place a little bit more before you place it down. And that will help to build up. So here it is. I'm about 2.5 hours in, and I still have a little ways to go. But man, this is going to be so much fun once we finally get it finalized and painted, and then we get to frame out the actual mirrors. So diligently working. Here it is. We're almost done. And it's shaping up to be so pretty. All right, guys, so here we are. We're on the last 20 tiles, and I'm super excited about that. Now, I want to take just a moment to pause and show you a couple of things. Now, the look that we were going for with this figure 8 design, we wanted this portion of the frame to appear to be on top of this part of the frame, as well as this part of the frame. So what we're doing here, I've paused on this row right here. I've stopped, and I've just continued with these 3 rows going all the way around. And what I'm gonna do as I wrap those around to here, I'm gonna lay 2 tiles here, and then the 3rd tile is going to be laid perpendicular, and it will actually be following along with this row. So let me show you what I'm talking about. this part was actually really important because remember, once these tiles actually cool down with the glue in place, they'll actually look something like this. And we want that there because that actually helps us as we're laying the next tile on top of this. Now you'll notice that the tip of this is able to rest on that little knot right there. And so that's just to help you remember why we were actually doing that. So now we've finished placing our small pieces in here, just filling in the gaps. If you're comfortable gluing those bits of tile into those small places, then go for it. If not, and the gap is small enough, you can actually get away with just painting everything, including the glue that was showing, and I bet you'd be okay. So now, as for these little strings, I'm just gonna take a nice stiff brush. You might opt to do this with a toothbrush. I'm just doing it with an old paintbrush that is really stiff, and I'm just brushing away all of the little strings that we get when we use hot glue. All the little things of strings of hair, what looks like hair from the glue. So I'm swirling it around, and that kind of de-hairs my little creation here. And you want to make sure that you do this as you get ready to paint. Any scraps of glue that are left behind, if they're painted, they'll show up as imperfections on your masterpiece. So I think we might be ready to paint. Okay, so we're just about done with the project. The only thing left to do is to paint it, but I'm at a loss. I don't know. Originally, I was gonna go with the gold, but now I'm thinking the rose gold, and I really wish you guys were here to help me decide. So I'm gonna paint one half of it gold and the other half rose gold and just see which side we like the best. So as you guys can see, I'm kind of in a bind because I painted it and I really like all of my options. So you see I have the rose gold here, and that really has a nice finish to it. I've got the gold, which I really like it. It gives me that antique feeling, and gold is really making its way back. And then of course there's the silver, which is not an option at all because I've already started painting this bad boy. So I really need you guys' help. Why don't you leave your comments down below and tell me what you think. Okay, you guys, I think I made a decision. I think I'm gonna go with the rose gold. I think it really gives it a nice appeal. It's very modern edge. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. There's not really a such thing as overgluing when it comes to this project. You want everything to be nice and secured. So I'm just going in and hitting those joints with some extra glue on the back side. Just want to make sure that you wipe your strings away. makers. So today on Meka Makes, I showed you how I made this decorative wall mirror using all items from the dollar store, including wreath forms, foam board, and lots of spoons. This project did take quite a while, so just make sure you have some time carved out for yourself. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my next video right here on Meka Makes.